Okay then, Homer Cocktail 24, Homer Cocktail 24. I want to call this one Survival, but I'm not going to. I'm going to call this one Pile. Where's the other dog? Gotta go to DMV right now. Tomorrow's my 42nd birthday. So my license expires the day after tomorrow, I guess, or tomorrow, whatever. And going to DMV, renew my license. This thing used to be a huge pile. This thing right here is a huge pile. I started a Homer Cocktail Documents channel. When I was a toddler, let's see if I can find some of the inscriptions. It might be hard because there's all, there's leaves on the ground and mud and shit. But when I was a toddler, my dad bought this place. It might be right around. Oh, here it is. Right here. You can barely see it, and you probably won't be able to see it because I'm converting this to black and white and it takes away some of the texture. But right above that line, it says January 77. And this land was probably purchased in 73 or so, when I was 2 years old or something. When I was 6 years old in 77. And my dad was in construction. This thing serves as like a tool shed more than anything else. There's a real old diesel trailer right here before. Serves as another tool shed. And my dad built a house a couple lots over. I grew up half my childhood in San Bernardino, where I was born, which isn't too far from here. And the other half here in Fontana. And right when I graduated high school, my dad put the house up for collateral. Bought a pizza store in Moreno Valley right when March Air Force Base over there closed down. And eventually in the mid-90s we lost the house that he built over there. And I got accepted to Claremont colleges, and in an emergency, we had to move here. And you'll notice this is a trailer. I call it Phantom Studios because there used to be a smaller trailer here that my sister had some recording equipment in, 8 tracks and some other stuff. We call that Phantom Studios. And the trailer that was right here, my dad used to live in while he was building the house over there a couple lots over. And right over here, there were a couple of 13-foot campers. He used to have a early 70s Ford truck. And, sometimes he'd put the camper on and, however that works. So when we lost the house, I moved to a place across town and lived in a garage that was converted into a bedroom. And that's where I stayed the first year I was studying in Claremont. And then I had to move out and lived for a little while in one of the old campers, temporarily. And my dad bought a 25-foot trailer from the neighbor right over here. Different neighbor lives there now. And the neighbor that lives there now has the same last name as us, Corona. But the guy that used to live next door was into masonry. He did tile and brick and shit like that. My dad was an electrician and they used to trade work for a while. So anyhow, he passed away of cancer in the mid-90s, and his wife sold us one of the trailers they had, and he actually bought another 25-foot trailer, and the one I stayed in was right over here. The one he stayed in was, pretty close to right here. And these trees weren't here. They're the ones far off over there. A lot of the planting's been done since the mid to late 90s. But a couple of these trees, that pepper tree was here. Pile though. So anyhow, It's kind of hard to get back on our feet, and I think we're finally on our feet to some degree or another. And this used to be horse country, kind of like Norco is still. And there's still horses. You'll still see horses, you know, go by. But last year we got a curb. You know, they put a curb in and widened the street. A couple of years ago, they built a high school right around the corner, pretty much across the street from where I used to live, a couple places down. And for a while, I had to pretend like I didn't exist, basically, man. I'm not joking on that. If I ever stayed over here, I had to pretend I didn't exist, because technically this place is not a residence. It's, you know, not zones for that, or it doesn't meet code or some shit. And when they started building the high school, well, wow, there's no more trash service, and that went on for 6 years. It went on for fucking 6 years, guy. So, way out here where this board is, there accumulated this giant freaking mountain of fucking shit, you know? And the first week of January this year, you know, we started up, well, it's under my name, but started up a trash thing again. There's still some shit over here, you know? See this right here? Still got bags. And it's been a few months now, and it's dwindled down. The pile's dwindled down. But in a lot of ways, that pile, I can say, is a metaphor for the problems I've had in my life, and the stress, you know, the difficulties, and, you know, the compromises that you have to make about explaining how the hell you're getting by and shit. Eventually, you know, I got my bachelor's a couple of years ago, so, you know, that kind of helped things, you know. And, you know, I don't need to go into detail about everything else, because it's probably been covered in another video. So, I'm going to the DMV, gonna renew my license. While I'm out there, I have toner. I bought some toner at a small computer store. I have an HP 1020 LaserJet printer, and typically it costs somewhere, it's about 80 bucks, 79 bucks last time I priced it at Office Max, I think, for a brand new toner cartridge. It used to be like 65 bucks. And then you could get an aftermarket one for a little cheaper, but I found this place that sold Q2612A, at least aftermarket version of it, for 45 bucks. I just finished a novel as Brick Jane at script.com. I posted it there. And I've only printed one copy so far, and it's the copy that, you know, I made manual edits on, most of them typos and, you know, awkward sentence structures and stuff. But now I'm going to go ahead and print a finished version, and you know, see where it goes. So I don't like to do pieces like this, really, you know. I think there's a difference between dwelling on something and reflecting on something, you know. You can learn from your mistakes. They say he who does not learn from history is destined to repeat it. And people wonder, you know, why we have to learn certain things, you know, in high school or whatever. Anyhow, I don't know. A lot of people are probably having hard times out there, just like, you know, I've gone through, and hopefully this is the end of it. You know, the Great Recession of 2008, and hopefully other people are getting on their feet by now or whatever. But hey, this is my testimony. I did the best I could. You know, I wrote a few books, started my own company for a little while, production company. You know, took it as seriously as I knew how to take it. You know, I'm not going to give up. It's coming on 10 minutes. So, party on. You have a good time.